have a debt problem. That has been the raging debate this past week. Treasury has been in the spotlight over the Jubilee administration's thirst for borrowing. In the first 2 years under this administration, Kenya borrowed more money than in President Kibaki's last 5 years in office. Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich says, however, there is no reason to worry and that Kenya's spending is at a manageable level. I spoke exclusively to Mr. Rotich on the many questions that are yet to be answered.
Down is that our revenues also have not performed very well. We are now behind by about 40 billion for the first 4 months of the year, beginning July. And all these also are associated with the long period of electioneering where activities slowed down and collection of taxes like VAT and the like obviously were impacted. So when we look at overall assessment is that we have lost about 1% of GDP in terms of growth, and also revenue performance have slowed down to the tune of about 40 billion.
But you're talking about some of the assumptions that are made, for example, the drought. And the drought was projected by the Kenya Meteorological Department. Certainly when budgeting for the election, one would assume that you would assume the worst case scenario. If it goes to the Supreme Court, if we have to do a repeat, including what's currently happening at this moment, did Treasury not foresee these circumstances?
I'll be very surprised if you foresee that we are going to have a repeat presidential election.
Wouldn't you plan for it anyway?
But even if you, it is in the Constitution, you don't start to say that that is the likely situation that will happen. All we expect is that we of course knew that the elections were going to be done in August, and that obviously had been factored in. It was just at the beginning of the financial year. And our expectation that was going to end that year, that month, and then the rest of the 10 months of the financial year will not be impacted.